Gary, did you work on the parts breakdown too?
No, that's all done by the inside.
The question is, who does the parts breakdown? I look at the kits that we've done so far, and so I'm kind of educated to how I think it should be. So I give that kind of suggestion to the factory. Their engineers will look at it, and they'll take my ideas, and if they're good, they'll use them. If they have a better idea, they'll use those.
Saucer top and bottom single pieces?
Probably not. The difficulty with doing a solid bottom is that the windows are on the perimeter, so we have to do them like the refit had.
What about the pylons and the dreaded droop?
I think we've got a good engineering solution on that. But again, I've given them a suggestion. Their engineers are engineers. I'm just a designer, so they'll look at it and they'll be able to know if it works. So here are photos of the first digital model. Can anybody see the glaring problem here?
Is it glare?
Again, you'll be able to see it closer. Essentially, the entire nacelle except the back end is upside down.
Could you do that? That'd be your mirror.
So these are the kind of things I deal with every day. So another set of shots of it.
Business-related question. So it's obvious, you know, you put a lot of thought, you wanted to do this kit, you know a lot about it. What was the one thing that pushed it over the edge and you finally were able to say, yes, let's do this?
That's a very good question. The question was, what pushed us over the edge to commit to doing this kit? We had, like Gary said, we had contacted him about 2 years ago. We knew he was the guy with the golden ticket, so to speak, that he had all of the definitive information on the ship. At that point, what we wanted to do was submit an RFQ, a request for quote, to our factory and have them give us pricing back. Honestly, I was so busy, I couldn't get to it for a year. So it eventually came to the point where I had to sacrifice Saturdays to get the RFQ done because I was not able to do it in my day-to-day because I had so much going on with other product that was already in development. So we got the price back, and the tooling dollars were about 1.5 times what we estimated, which was already very high. So essentially what I had to do was do a cost breakdown to present, and it's much more work than I've ever had to do to convince the higher-ups in the company to do it. But I have faith in the kit. I know you guys and tons of other people out there want the kit. So it came down to I had to do a sales job, and I'm no kind of salesman.
Thank you for that effort.
Thank you.
Well,
do you have any type of box art made up for the kit yet, or is it still way far down the road?
I've got Plan A, Plan B, Plan C, and Plan D.
Okay. Is there any way that we can see any of that art, or are you going to wait?
I'll show you a box mock-up, but it's not going to look anything like it.
Yeah! Which one is that, A, B, C, or D?
All three of them.
In my mind, it looks something like this.
Okay.
Whether it does or not in the end.
Who has that final determination?
We do. I mean, we hold a great amount of control over it. Plan A is kind of a big deal.
Okay.
And I can't talk about it until I get some things sewn up.
Okay.
So if that falls through, Plan B is that I would illustrate it myself. I illustrated the K7 box illustration and the Enterprise E box illustration. Plan B, the way things have gone, tells me I probably won't have the time to do it. So Plan C would probably involve one of Petrie's renderings. And I forget what Plan D was.
Plain brown wrapper.
Yeah, based on the complexity of this kit, I assume it'll be your only new tool for 2012?
That's true. I'll run down my my kind of pencil sketch for 2012. Well, even this is out of date a little bit. I've got Strange Change Mummy, which will actually probably come out later this year. Polar Lights Hulk, or I'm sorry, that's the N.C.C. Hulk. Hasn't been around for a while. It's a snap-together kit. Ghostbusters Ecto-1, Strange Change Vampire, that also should come out the end of the year. N.C.C. Spider-Man, snap-together kit. Black Beauty Standard Edition. Possibly a Bates Mansion Glow in the Dark. I'm not positive on that one. We'll be doing pre-built, can't even call them kits if they're pre-built, but pre-built models of the 4 KISS members and the 4 Yellow Submarine band members. Deep Space Nine in clear.
Yeah. John, don't cry.
Oh, good.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, why?
We don't know how else to make the kit more special than the one you can get out in the show right now. If you have suggestions, I'll love to hear them. We'll be doing a. We'll be looking at a 1/1000 scale TOS Enterprise release in a lunchbox tin. Looking at doing an exploration set. We'll probably do an exploration set 10 and then the standard kit later on. And then Strange Change Time Machine. And there are some other things on there that I can't talk about because we don't have any definitive licensing deals. But that's the majority of our plan, in addition to the big TOS kit. Yes?
How about to make the Deep Space Nine kit different, the weapons pods? They had an option where they're deployed or not deployed.
Basically,
They're small parts.
Yeah, my tooling budget is eaten up. Yes?
Well, what I was going to suggest, how about starships that are to scale to Deep Space Nine?
Yes.
Or maybe create a separate accessory package for it.
That might be a
Would you
good
see the
idea.
opening sequence, you see like a nebula class and some other ships and so forth? That we can attach, and that would be nice.
We'll take that into consideration.
Nice Defiant to go with it.
Any update as to why the JJ Prize was canceled? Is it due to any alterations to the model that might be done for the second film, or is
The questions about the JJ Prize and were possible changes to the filming model made for the second film that would have prevented us or hindered us in some way? There's not a lot I can say on the subject that I'm allowed to say on the subject. We've decided to do this kit instead. Yes.
You said before that you plan 2 or 3 years down the road for what you want to come out. Is there anything in the future that would include a 1,000 scale Akira?
The question's on the 1/1000 scale Akira. That qualifies as a large scale kit. So we need to have a big sales boom with this kit before we'd be able to consider that.
But is it still possibly in the air somewhere that if it does well, okay, then we'll go with it?
Yes. At that time, we'd have to decide, would we do that, or would we do another 1/350 scale, like a Klingon or something like that?
Yeah.
That's no promise. Don't hound me.
We don't need to do it.
Vision beyond this kit, like way further down the road, and this is just kind of what my ideas are for more Star Trek stuff. It's probably going to be smaller scale stuff. The suggestion for the small ships to go with the DS9 would qualify. Some more 1/2500 scale, or 1/1000 scale. Those would, for us, we need to find more products kind of in that price point, a lower price point, and that's probably what we'd follow this up with later on.
something like maybe a 1,000 scale line or something like that?
Something like that. Yes.
What about the U.S.S. Kelvin? Or is there gonna be a kit, or?
We won't be doing anything based on new movie stuff.
Okay.
Question back there.
What about the Romulan bird of prey?
Ro-
1,000 scale, maybe 1/250 scale?
1/1000 scale Romulan bird of prey would be on my short list to do.
Well, not just a re-release of the original, but correcting it?
Yes, to 1/1000 scale, correct proportions and measure, Yeah, these guys are already working on that.
Petrie's been busy.
They're not working on it for us, they're working on it for their own thing, and then when we get to the point that we'd want to do it, we'd contact them about it.
Greg Jean has some behind-the-scenes photos that haven't been released that Petrie got to look at. So he's derived a good bird of prey.
Okay.
Any thoughts about the Tholians that are coming out in the glow in the dark Enterprise? Any thoughts about offering those separately as a perk?
It's been considered. It might or might not happen, I don't know.
The interplanetary UFO, Leif Erikson, supposed to be start of a new series. Any chance of getting models from that?
Strategic Space Command series.
Yes.
I would like to do more in that series. There is benefit to us in that we essentially own that property, so it kind of makes sense for us to do it. We'd probably look at doing it, seeing if we can find a way to do it inexpensively, but yeah, get some stuff out there based on that. That'd be not 2012, but beyond that. Yes.
For the updated release of the Leif Erikson, did you guys put the hull's nose back together on it then in the tool?
You're talking about the neck of the Leif Erikson?
Yeah.
Yeah, we made that all one part again.
Oh, good.
We're not doing anything like the old Space 1999 kits as far as like a larger scale of the Eagle or anything? Or?
Questions about Space 1999? If you know Jim Small, the guy that does our build-ups, he's like the biggest fan, and in every other email he mentions that we should do an Eagle. We would be limited as far as we'd be able to invest in a license like that, just because there's no public, there's no movie behind it right now. We could bring back the kits that exist, but unless we got some kind of marketing behind it, I don't think we'd be able to invest in that. All right, who wants to join the 1701 club? First person stand up.
Come on. Getting a line or what?
Yeah, we'll just find a file and
Celebrity deathmatch, yeah.
That's just porn, right? Put that with the space That's just porn.
you were right next to me.
Something to be thankful.
Jumped over the chairs.
Right?
Yeah, I guess
Yeah, I guess I'm.
Vast majority.
They got that part.
Yeah. We'll get everybody else in our booth.
Oh, okay.
Well, the 13th for the pilot.
Oh, we're getting everybody else in the booth?